Yes, Rasco and Disco beer review with me, Disco, going live on YouTube for the first time ever. A little bit of a test run, I suppose. I don't expect anybody will be actually watching. It will just be me talking to myself. So if you are out there watching, or if you're watching this afterwards, if it actually goes up, thank you very much indeed. Give me a big shout out. I'm just going to sit here and maybe waffle a little bit. Got a beer to do. I've seen a few other people doing beer reviews live, most notably Raggy's beer reviews. Go and check him out as well. And also Jaco beer last night. Hello, Kitty. Thanks for joining in. Thought she was upstairs asleep. So she's going to come in and be annoying. Fantastic. Be annoying live on YouTube, Kitty. Well done. Anyway, so I've got a beer to do. Firstly, I want to do this beer just to say wish a happy 50th birthday to Camera. Because if it wasn't for Camera, I wouldn't be here waffling. Rasco pointed a camera in my face at Camera's GBBF, Great British Beer Festival in 2018, and said, talk about beer. And he put the video up, and we've been talking about beer on and off ever since. Now, we haven't done too many beer review videos on YouTube. We've tended to go over to Instagram, where we do a live Saturday night show at 10:30. I've done for the last 30 odd weeks, where it's the both of us waffling about beer and random fun, drinking beers, chatting about beers, enjoying beers, and been chatting to a load of people over there. So also be chatting to people here, I hope. So for this beer, it's from Marble Brewery. No, it's not. I always say Marble. I mean Neptune. It's Neptune Brewery up in Liverpool. Silenus, 5.6% ESB. Extra special bitter. I've heard it's an extra strong bitter, but I think it's an extra special bitter. So let's see what it's like. Aroma first off on the can is certainly right for a best bitter, an extra special bitter. Pretty poor pouring skills on my part there, mostly because I was distracted once again by the cat. Thanks, Kitty. But there we go. Silenus from Neptune Brewery. Cheers, Camera, and happy 50th birthday. Yeah, excellent aroma from there, as a bitter should be. Very classic style, very classic aroma. Nice and smooth. It's got that best bitter or extra special bitter kind of bite to it, with the malty flavors. Very drinkable, very balanced, very enjoyable beer. Steve's Brewing Channel. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for saying hello. Welcome to this first ever live beer review with me, Disco. We've never done one before. And having seen your stuff, also reggae stuff, I thought, well, let's give it a go. How are you doing, sir? I had a little rant. It was a little rant was going to be for this video, because today I was due 3 beer deliveries from 3 different couriers. Some with good notification, some with not so good notification. And come about 12 o'clock, it's a small thing. It's a really, really annoying thing. And I know I shouldn't worry about it, but in my head, I was getting anxious and a bit stressed. And I shouldn't be. And I know it'll all sort itself out one way or the other, and it's only beer, and it doesn't really matter. But that's not what goes on in my head. So there's a little story to this. 3 brewery orders, 2 from last week. One I ordered as far back as last Monday night, and the courier, I will name the couriers because it's their fault. Not so worried about naming the breweries because it's not really their thing. They just pack it up and send it off and hope for the best. It's only their choice of courier. So Hermes, I've had my parcel since Tuesday. Still not here. Still nothing on the tracking. It just says it's on its way to you, but also simultaneously in the depot. Don't know how that can be. Can't get hold of them. Got no contact number, no call center. I've contacted the brewery involved by email. They've been good. They were really great with the order in the first place and communicating to me about the beers that I'd put on the order and stuff like that. They've come back with nothing. Got to wait a week. Well, it is a week. Also had an order I ordered on Friday from Turning Point. I've had quite a lot of stuff from Turning Point, and they use UPS. Now, UPS are usually pretty good, actually. They do not bad tracking. They don't give you a delivery window, but they are usually there or thereabouts, so normally later on in the day. So I tend to have to wait till about 4 or 5 for them. But no complaints. They're usually pretty good. Anyway, they said they were delivering to me tomorrow, which I thought meant they were going to pick it up from Turning Point in Knaresborough in Yorkshire yesterday and deliver it to me today, because that's normally what happens. But it turns out they picked it up on Friday and gave me an email saying it's going to be delivered on Tuesday, today. So I thought, right, no problem. I'm in no rush for the beer particularly. It's for the weekend or whatever. Went out yesterday, popped up the shop. Then I looked on the email notification and it said there's been a change. The recipient refused the delivery. So first of all, how can I have refused the delivery when I wasn't here? And I wasn't here because I didn't know it was coming. So I phoned them up. I wasn't too stressed for that because these things happen. You can't blame anybody. It's just miscommunication. I do blame people for miscommunication. That's not great. So I phoned them up and they rebooked it for today. He was pretty good about it, no problem. They were just, I was just a bit knocked saying I'd refused the delivery, but I wasn't here to refuse the delivery. Anyway, so yesterday, I suddenly had a bright idea. Order some beers for tomorrow, because I haven't actually got any. I mean, I could go and get some Guinness, and I probably still will, because it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Saw a tweet, banged on an order at Trembling Madness in York for some Irish beers. Did it about lunchtime. I thought might get it on Tuesday, probably get it on Wednesday. Anyway, they've taken the order, packed the order, shipped the order last night. Get a notification. It's coming through Parcel Force. We'll be with you on Tuesday. Happy days, I thought. Anyway, so I was getting a bit worried about the deliveries today. So I banged up a Twitter poll, didn't I? Who will arrive first? Hermes, UPS, or Parcel Force? Parcel Fast, as I used to call them. Anyway, after an hour or so, the Twitter poll said it'll be UPS. Anyway, about an hour after that, Parcel Force turned up, so they won the day. So I suppose really this could be a little bit of a unboxing video, if you like. First of all, great shout out to Trembling Madness in York. I've had a couple of orders from them now. Always got some good beers in, and the delivery has been pretty good despite it being Parcel Force. And I'm going to big them up now because they got here first. Oh yeah, UPS just about to go live to have a little rant. And what do I get? A notification to say my parcel has been damaged. They say they're going to deliver what's left. The mind boggles. So halfway through, I might get a ring on the doorbell, which would be interesting interruption to a live stream. You should be able to hear it because the doorbell's just up there behind that tribute hat, but it's pretty loud. And I might find out what's left of my Turning Point order, which is a bit annoying. I don't know if it's more or less annoying because I think they'll deliver the balance at some point. I don't know if it's more or less annoying than Hermes just not even telling me when it's going to be here, not having anything on the delivery tracker apart from it's on its way to you but still in the depot, and not having a call center. Again, I know these are trivial matters, but this is me just unloading to the internet and you, Steve, if you're still watching, about the troubles of beer reviewing and getting beers in. I shouldn't complain too much because I've got a lot of beers in and I do enjoy getting beers in. It's kind of like an expectation, and when they finally turn up, it's nice to get a beer arrival in, I suppose. Um, yeah, Steve, you're right. That shouldn't happen. I mean, like I say, I've had almost probably all of the courier companies that people use, and it's a sliding scale of like decent service. Obviously there's scales of what you pay for. Like some some suppliers will pay the extra for like a 24-hour delivery. Mostly, I would say UPS, DHL, DPD have probably been the best. Parcel Force, not too bad. I've had a couple of errors from them. They ended up delivering to me on a Sunday, which I've never seen before. But it's not the fact that things happen. We all know things happen. Human error. People make mistakes. Whatever. I've done it. I've worked in warehouses. I've worked in deliveries. I've done deliveries. Things happen. I make mistakes. It's not the mistakes happen. It's how they're rectified and the level of customer service that irks me. And just to not let the customer know, or just to say, yeah, it's on its way to you. And that's all they've said. It's on its way to you. Well, it can't be on its way to me and still in the depot. Which is it? If it was meant to be delivered Thursday, and it said left the depot at 10:30, and then at 1:30 it was back in the depot. Well, surely you prioritise that for the Friday. At the very least, if you don't do deliveries on the weekend, get it to me on the Monday, and then I'm cool. I'm good. I'm not moaning. But here we are, Tuesday afternoon, still not here, Hermes. To be fair to UPS, although it's automated, when I put the Twitter poll up, I did tag them in. And their help centre got back to me and said, oh, let us know the tracking number by DM. I mean, as it happened, their tracking is pretty good and their communication is pretty good. So I got the email, even though the package seems to be damaged, but we'll see just how badly. They at least communicate. So I'm not that stressed by them. I'm not that worried about them. It's just Hermes being shit. Anyway, back to Trembling Madness. Bottle shop and beer tasting room in York sent me out a package overnight. Got to me here. So I got some. Oh, and not only that, bonus, open a packet, some sweeties, some refreshers in. Little bit of a bonus. Oh, hang on. Aha, I can show. Yes, I forgot. I can show. I'm doing it on StreamYard. This is basically like a test run. The first time I done it, I forgot. I can show what I'm talking about. I can show the comments. Say thank you, Steve. Does that mean I shouldn't be moaning about it, or the errors shouldn't? That means the errors shouldn't happen. No, absolutely right. I mean, but they do. I understand they do. These things happen all the time. They shouldn't, but it's how it gets sorted is what concerns me. And what annoys me, and it's only a minor thing, but it's just get it right, just sort it out, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, Trellis Mandus I've got a variety of stouts because it's St Patrick's Day tomorrow. So I've got a few Irish beers in, and a couple of non-Irish beers in, a couple of stouts. Got one here from Neon Raptor. First time I've actually got one from Neon Raptor. I meant to do some direct orders from them, but I just saw it on there as I was doing the order, so I thought I'd bang that on. Clusters, peanut butter and chocolate stout, 5.2%. I do love their cans and their artwork, nice and bright, neon coloured. Still working out where to place beers in the camera, but as I say, it's a test. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Steve. Errors shouldn't happen, absolutely. Window beer reviews. Greetings, thanks for looking in. Welcome to the first ever Rasco and Disco live stream beer review on YouTube. The other one I got from, the other non-Irish one I got from Trembling Madness there is Abbeydale's. Another one from Yorkshire. I've had them these beers in before. Not this one though. Salvation, sea salt and caramel stout. As you can probably tell, I kind of like my stouts and gravitate towards them a bit more. 4.5%, so that could be a good afternoon stout. Got some beer couple in from Mourne Mountains. Now I've seen these guys on Twitter. I've seen the artwork on the cans. Looks amazing photographs on there. This one's called Groove Armada. Export Stout, 5.8%. I thought export stout would be a bit more than 5.8%, but what do I know? As I say, not a beer expert, just a beer enthusiast and a beer drinker. But anyway, export stout sounds good to me. Also from More Mountains, I've got Dot's Delight. Not sure who Dot or what Dot is, but it's a vegan blueberry and vanilla muffin stout. 9%. Didn't realise that, but it doesn't matter. Happy with 9% stouts, especially adjuncts, if they are adjuncts in the blueberries, which I imagine they will be. Blueberry and vanilla stout. Looking forward to that. Nice glass of cakey goodness, I would imagine. Don't know if you guys have had any of these. Obviously for tomorrow, got a couple of Irish stouts in. I've actually got an Irish stout from these guys from Neptune to do tomorrow as well. I may do some live streams tomorrow. It depends how well things go. Who else is doing live streams? Who I'm watching. But I got some stuff in from the White Hag, which is a brewery I meant to look at last year. They were going to do a live tasting down at my local bar, 2 miles down the road from me here, Beer Asylum. But again, things got cancelled. I think it was like next weekend. So I got this one in Mexican hot chocolate pastry stout. I don't know if that means Mexican hot, like as in chili, and chocolate pastry stout. It's called Dark Druid. It's from White Hag in Ireland. Looking forward to 5.5%. Looking forward to that one. Also from White Hag, really down my alley, Black Forest pastry stout. So I'm hoping a lot of cherries, a lot of chocolate, another 5.5% one. Steve, after my Saturday live, I won't be mixing drinks. I was well drunk. Well, that's what Saturdays are for. I mean, it just depends. It just depends how you how you do with it on Sunday. To be fair, I went quite light last weekend until it got to our live stream on Instagram at 10:30. I'd only had a couple, and Rusco had only just started. And next thing we know, we're 4 beers deep on a 2-hour mega live stream because I just had 4 really nice stouts, and they all went down really well. We were chatting away, we was interacting with people. It was just a nice afternoon down the pub on a Saturday evening on a live stream, which kind of also sort of has spurred me into maybe trying this live on YouTube. I'm actually just quite pleased people have popped in and said hello. So thanks, guys, for doing that. I have seen your stuff, and obviously subscribe to you guys as well. So we shall catch you around online somewhere this week. Now, the other one I got from White Hag, specifically for tomorrow, and I know a lot of people will probably slate this, or slate the beer, or slate me for doing it, but it's the green one. I saw it again. I saw it online, Instagram, or wherever, and it pours green. It pours bright green to be seen to be green. Shamrock Shake Ice Cream Ale. Again, 5.5%. I mean, green's my favourite colour, so anything around this time of year that's green, I'm going to have a look at it. I've got 2 in. So I'm looking forward to, I'm going to do that one tomorrow at some point, either live or just as a posting on Instagram and Twitter, because we tend to do both. Or I tend to do both. I end up writing far too much on Instagram. It takes me far too long to get a post out, which is why I'm looking at doing the live stream stuff. See if I don't remember half of it. I jumped in quick on that, or on the green one. Yeah, so a little bit of a test. Looking forward to a few beers tomorrow. I'm lucky in that I can. I've got the time. Very strange time, St. Patrick's Day this time last year. Quietest I've ever seen it, and obviously it'll be even quieter this time. There were a few people out. Normally I'm out all day, all evening. Last year, St. Patrick's Day, I had 1 pint of Guinness at 10:30 at night in a deserted Spoons just down the road here. very few people in. Weren't quite in lockdown then. That was the week just before, but there was nobody out. Even my local Irish bar had given up about 10 o'clock and was shut. So yeah, I don't know what's going to. Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Looking forward to a few beers. I'm going to go and get couple of cans of Guinness just to partake. It's one of the few things that I do. I mean, I do love a bit of a hype beer, hence I've got the green beer in. But we shall see what happens tomorrow. Now, I don't think I'm live on Instagram now. I don't know if I can set it to. I don't think you can't do Instagram and YouTube. But yeah, Saturday night at 10:30, we go live on Instagram. It's a kind of a little bit of like we started it 30 odd weeks ago, just me and Rasco catching up. Really, it was like a little review of some beers and a little sort of catch up, as if we was down the pub really. And next thing you know, went all through Christmas. Interviewed my local brewery, Mad Yank, twice. In fact, I haven't got around to chatting to any other breweries or people, but now I think we can on Instagram. We can get more than just me and Rasco on Instagram now, it seems. So we might try that at some point. I don't know if it works the same as YouTube. You can just add people in the middle of the stream or not, but it's all for trying out. As I saw somebody post on Twitter today, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be willing to learn, and that goes for beer as well. Just enjoying the beer. I'm enjoying this beer. So where is Rasco? So yeah, no Rasco for this one. In fact, he doesn't even know I'm going live. I did mention that I might try it. So yeah, Rasco's over the other side of London. I haven't seen Rasco for a year, apart from online. He actually has a proper job, so he goes out and works during the week, so he doesn't do too much drinking during the week. Which is another reason he really enjoys a Saturday night, just get together and a chat. I find this a little bit difficult, just chatting on my own to a computer, which is why I haven't done it for now, and I'm so pleased to see people firing questions and saying hello. So I'm sort of not, I don't quite feel so much that I'm chatting like a madman shouting at the pigeons, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit more easygoing that there's people on the stream and to chat to and to work off. Me and Rasco work off each other on Instagram, mostly because we never agree on anything, or very rarely agree on anything. Our favourite beer styles is kind of one of the few things we tend to agree on, because we tend to prefer darker beers like the porters and the stouts. So that's one of the few things we agree on. So that tends to be why we work, because we sort of bounce off each other a little bit. We're always winding each other up as well, little digs here and there. But I've known him for best part of 30 odd years. You know what I mean? Like we kind of grew up together, you know. And I taught him to drink despite what he maintains. Really nice the way that's held up. Really good flavours, really balanced, really enjoying that. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite good at talking to myself, like, but not out loud. I think that's just the thing. Like, talking out loud, you think, who's listening? Who can hear me? But the whole point of YouTube is so that people can actually hear you. So, yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'm quite enjoying this. Yeah. Known each other definitely a long time. So, in fact, 30, 36, 37 years. Met when we was kids. Our mothers knew each other. Joined the local Cubs and Scouts. And our Cubs and Scout unit in London was, as far as we knew, the only one that had a licensed bar in its headquarters. So when we was allowed, in fact, a few years before we was allowed, we was down the bar, like helping out and stuff like that. So we kind of started drinking, although not him so much, me early, because there's 5 years age difference. So when we was later joining like the adult unit of Venture Scouts, when he joined when he was 16, 17, then he would come to the pub with us and we just started drinking together. He's moved away from the area. I've stayed. Well, I've gone and come back. So I'm over in northwest London. He's down in South London. And before the current times, we would just meet in London or go to beer festivals. Now and again, we travel outside of London. Just meet up for a beer, not just us two, others as well. Our mate James. And our mate James said, yeah, you should try getting online, doing the YouTube thing, doing the Twitter thing. So 2018, Great British Beer Festival in Olympia. We had quite a few beers. I'm surprised we was able to speak, to be fair, but we did. Rasco put a camera in my face and said, let's talk about the beers that we've had. See what we can talk about. And we banged out a reasonably interesting video, hopefully. Check it out. It's like the first one on our stream. We haven't got that many videos on there. But have a look. It went pretty well, pretty much one take. So we thought we'd have another go at it. And here we are. We haven't necessarily made the most of lockdown in terms of developing the channel, but for us, it's still just a bit of fun. It's a hobby, and as Reggie says, it's about getting out and meeting other beer reviewers, other beer enthusiasts. You know, we've been sort of pottering around in the background, watching other people's live streams. We was delighted to be invited on Kent Beer Reviews YouTube live stream a few Fridays back. And again, like you were saying there, Steve, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think we kept it clean, we kept it respectable. It's a bit painful after a while because I don't really like my voice. I don't really like how I sound. Like sometimes I drift off. I try and drift off into other regional accents just because I don't really like my voice. But yeah, so we spent 4 hours on a live stream. And to be fair, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews, who stream was, said, yeah, you guys should give it a go. Just sort of do it. And because I've been watching Raggy's live beer reviews in the afternoon, I'm thinking he might have one soon. So I'm going to cut this shortly because been going half hour. Don't know go quick and go and see if Raggy's going live. As I say, seeing Jaco Beer Reviews last night, he did a little impromptu live stream beer review. Enjoyed that. I thought I'd see how we get on. Still no parcel yet, so I don't know what UPS are doing. To be fair to them, they reached out to me on Twitter and they said give us a DM if we can sort it out. So I might do that anyway, just to see if they can see what they're going to do. But I've got the email. It said your parcel's been damaged. We'll deliver what's left. So I'm imagining, I don't know, how can it be damaged? Like, oh, that was the other thing. There was a UPS truck outside my house for half an hour, middle of the afternoon. No delivery. So I don't know whether she's looked at the parcel, decided it was knackered and hasn't delivered any of it or what, or whether that was just a different, because they have different parts of the order. They have like international and they have national, I think. So to see the UPS truck and I thought I was getting the delivery, and then that was one of the other reasons I was so anxiously annoyed about deliveries this afternoon, because it was so close and yet so far, and I've no idea if my package was actually in that truck or not. But there you go. Yeah, it is. It is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, everybody says they don't care what people think about them, but we do really, you know. Like, if I'm an idiot, I'll call myself an idiot more than anybody else. I'm my own worst critic. But yeah, it is like, what happens if you just? Well, mostly when I was doing that like recorded videos, I kind of stopped doing them because I'd get halfway through and go, I think you're talking rubbish there, Disco. Do you know what I mean? Or I'd stumble and I'd have to redo it, and then having to do the like edits. I'm just sort of learning maybe a bit of editing of videos, but so it's kind of like warts and all here at live. You just say it as it is, say what you see, and like I say, hopefully, if people pop in and say hello as well, so much the better. So yeah, it's a bit nervous for doing a YouTube live stream, the first one. I say as we do it on Instagram for the last 30 odd weeks, it's become a bit almost second nature. But again, that's easier because I'm chatting to Rasco and we're bouncing off each other. So that's, I suppose, slightly less nerve wracking. And we've got, 4 or 5 people that regularly tune into that and bounce comments off us as well. So it's a little bit easier over there. I'm guessing it gets easier as it goes along. And that's the other thing. Like, this is my first beer of the day. I think it's probably easier if I go into it 2 or 3 beers in. But then it gets difficult because you've got to do all the questions and the technical stuff and actually uploading it. You want to have a clear head going into it. So, it's like, a lot of people say you have a beer to just like calm your nerves, clear your head. I don't always find that, but I think it would be easier 3 beers in just to forget what you're actually talking about. But we shall see. It's been a great first test. Thank you very much indeed, Steve, for popping in, joining in, and banging some comments to me. I'm just pleased somebody's having a look in. And also, thank you to Window Beer Reviews for saying hello. Thank you if you're watching this afterwards, if I actually managed to get it banged up and saved, because I've actually no idea how to do that yet. But that's the next issue. But yeah, Steve, it is easier when you've got someone to chat to, and it's all about having fun, saying hello, contacting, and it's all about the beer, really. So thank you, Steve. I'm gonna wander off now because this has just been a little test run. I don't want to go too long, and I imagine hopefully Raggy will be going live in a short while because he tends to about this time in the afternoon if he hasn't already. So I'm gonna pop off, see if he's on, and Steve, thanks very much. YouTube, thanks very much. Happy 50th birthday to Camera once again. If it wasn't for those 4 guys that started Camera 50 years ago, may or may not be doing this here today and drinking good beer. So, all about the beer. Cheers. And as we always say, believe enough to lose control. Cheers.